What's up, Facebook family, YouTube family, Soul Urge family? So, today is my 25th week, and I wrote down a few things, so I'll be looking over there just to make sure I kind of stay on topic. So, this is my 25-week belly. Okay. Um, all right. The first thing I wanted to talk about was some health issues that I've recovered from since being on the meal plan and in relation to this pregnancy and my last pregnancy. Uh, my last pregnancy, I actually had, um, after I gave birth to Irie, I actually ended up having an emergency C-section with her, and due to the doctors not knowing what they were doing, it actually sent me into sent her heart rate dropping and them flipping me at a 360, 180-degree angle to stop the labor. Um, but afterward, I began to have regular incontinence. I could be anywhere and I would laugh, and when I laugh, I would pee on myself. So I had to carry underwear and pads and just stuff to change myself and clean myself up so that I wasn't, like that, all day till I got home. And of course, you can't tell anybody any of that. So, while I was on the meal plan, again, I'll link everything below. I was healed from it. The doctors told me it was nothing that they could do about it. Women, when they have kids, this is what happens. This is normal. For me to just, find, pretty much find pads and things like that, underwear, things that would accommodate the issue. So it is no more accommodating the issue. The issue is gone. Okay. And I was so happy to report that, because when I realized that it was gone, I was actually out one day and I was just laughing, ha ha ha. And then I was like, oh my God, I forgot. And I waited and nothing happened. I went and checked myself to make sure nothing had happened at all. And then I tried to think back as far back as, when did this happen? When did this correct itself? And it did it during the meal plan. So even when I was pregnant with Irie, I had incontinence. And at that time, the doctor was telling me, oh, it'll go away, after the baby. But once I had her, then they said, oh, it's just something that doesn't, all moms have it. And, they just, So anyway, that was one amazing thing that happened with my doctors, Dr. Quilla, and my herbologist, Dr. Sina. Another thing that happened is when they did the C-section on me, knots actually formed in my stomach. And I had pains all the time. Oh my gosh. It was difficult to sit up, like just sit up. It was where the incision was at. It was difficult to touch. It was tender still, and we're talking a year, 2 years later. I remember I had went back to a doctor in Jacksonville, Florida, at one of the what do you call them things, like emergency unit, one of the emergent care doctor, and they were feeling my stomach, and she was like, you may have to just have surgery. A lot of women just have surgery and get them removed, and it's nothing. And I was debating doing that, and again, that was at 2 years, 3 years, and it had continued until the meal plan. My amazing doctors again, the herbs, the amazing tinctures that they create for the body is outstanding, paired with the meal plan. They just knew my body inside out. When I tell you, all I did was fill out a few questions. This lady was like a psychic, like she had been around me all my life. It actually scared me that she knew so many things about aches and pains, about my period pain, and I'll get to that in a second. She knew so much about that, and I hadn't even told her anything about it, but she already knew, and she just told me exactly what to do, what to eat, and corrected everything. So that was something else. The periods that I had after I had my daughter, they were painful. They had been painful since I was 16 years old. I mean, to the point where I would walk with crutches. My brothers would have to tote me up and down the stairs in order for me to get from point A to point B. I would miss school. I would miss work on those days because I was just unable to function. The pain was so discombobulating. I couldn't function. And during the meal plan, corrected itself completely. I have no pain. I was actually cutting grass. This was before I had moved back to Virginia, and 2020, September 2020, I was outside cutting the grass, and I had only been on the meal plan for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I was out there in blooming heat. I felt nothing but amazingness. I cut the whole yard, and the house we had then was about a good 2 acres of yard that I was cutting. So yeah. But okay, moving to the next thing. That's in the stomach. I had gained a lot of weight after I had Irie, and I went back and forth to the doctors trying to figure out what to do about that. They don't tell you what to eat. They don't tell you how to eat anything. They just, just try to eat a balanced diet. What's a balanced diet? What is that? What does that even mean? But I got with all sorts of trainers. I had all sorts of trainers doing this. You can have a sweet. You can have this. You can do this. Eat like this. Eat your grains. Eat whatever. Whatever the XYZ is, they tell you. Eat some lean meat. And I did all of that. That mess did not work for me. The weight came back. It left and came back. It was like, we're gonna go on vacation while you doing this little thing, and when you done, we coming back. And it came right back. So meal plan again, when I started it in September 2020, hadn't seen anything just yet. I was 245 pounds when I started Dill Method. Let me back up. I was 245 1 month prior to starting Dill Method because I had went on a church fast that we would do in church to try to help myself, and that was just eliminating meat from my diet. And of course, once that 30-some day 21-day fast was over, I was ready to eat, get back to my lifestyle, and of course, no sooner had I eaten it. Now after that, I was probably about 200 to 215. Okay, I had begun the climb soon after I got off of that church fast. It started again. I remember getting on the scale and looking at it like, oh my God, 220. Here we go, 230. It was just like, what the heck is going on? And I'm not eating a lot of anything. I'm eating like a mouse. That didn't help. I thought, not eating was, gonna help me in some form. Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a water fast like they used to tell us to do in church, to try to cleanse myself. I try to help myself. And thank God I met them when I did, because that wasn't what I needed. Um, she gave me a meal plan that actually worked. Now, right away, I did not see anything happen just yet. I just noticed all these pains. These my knees, they used to hurt me so bad. My thighs would rub raw. Like I would have to keep baby powder with me to put between my thighs to keep them from rubbing the skin off them because they were so big. I had to keep powder for my arms. Oh my God, the sweating under my breasts. It was just outrageous. So about, I want to say between October and November, the weight just started dropping. And I mean, it dropped and it did not come back. And so here I am now, pregnant with this child. And I was 132 when I started. I mean, I'm back to my high school weight. High school, when I was high school. And I weighed myself now that, I'm 25 weeks. I'm about 152. But the weight gain isn't everywhere. It's not like crazy. It's oh my gosh. The misconceptions and all are that pregnancy is supposed to be is. I'm so glad I got out of the matrix of that. But moving on to the next thing was my breasts corrected themselves. I had uneven titties. I did. They were uneven. One of them was smaller than the other one. It had always been like that since I was since I was as small as I can remember them growing out, maybe 14, 12, 14, something like that. But the older I got, 16, 18, I really started taking notice because I'm trying to find bras. I'm in the store now, mom's letting me pick my bra, pick something that fits you, and I'm in there trying to fit them, and it's just not working. So I would buy, I remember one time I bought a C, and the C fit the cups, but of course one of the titties was never all the way in there because it was smaller than the other one. But then the back of, like, my back was hurting, like it would feel like it was squeezing me too tight. So then I was like, okay, let me try D. And I went all the way to a D, and the D worked because it's not squeezing my back, but of course my boobs are just loose, and I just have full coverage. You don't see anything, and no one knows anything. So, but once I began to lose the weight, they were prevalent. Like, wow, I still got an uneven titty, but then all of a sudden, boobs corrected themselves. I was uneven breastfeeding Irie, and in some of my pictures, which I'm not gonna post, I will spare you of those. I remember the nipple on this one was always that way, and the one over here was always that way. It was really weird. But now they're just like, bing, like, they're supposed to be in, I'm not trying to flash anybody, because I don't know who's watching. But yes, they have corrected themselves. I'm very, very happy about that. They're both even now. So I feel really, really good about that. Another thing, how I feel at 25 weeks, I feel great. Not in any pain again. I just took my daughter for her morning walk today, and I had to go by the store, and I use her wagon. I'm not into so much driving as much because I feel like I need to be moving. I need my legs stretching all the time. I need that exercise. So I like pulling her or pushing her in her wagon. So I had to get a few things from the store, and I'm coming back, and I'm like, woo, and I'm feeling it, in my legs. It's probably a good 30-minute walk, but I felt great. Came back, brought everything in, brought the stroller back in, brought the big wagon back in, and just went from there. I have high energy. When the baby moves, I stop. like, because I can feel the like him shifting around, so I'd be like, oh, or he'll kick me somewhere. Like, yes, when I got to my mom's house, he was kicking me in the navel, and I was like, whoa, kick me in the vagina, and I'll go to step, and I'll be like, okay, and then I'll just keep going. It's if you're talking to me and the baby kicks me, I'd be like, yeah, girl, so yeah, and anyway, I just keep talking like nothing has happened, and that's pretty much it for me. I don't have weird smells under my titties anymore. I used to have that when I was bigger. I don't have weird smells under my armpits anymore. I don't even wear deodorant anymore. I just use lemon juice. I really don't. A lot of things that there's this conception about is really in your diet. And if you get with the right people, you don't have to worry about those things. And I am serious. You don't have to worry about any of them. Even, oh my gosh, I had a lot of spider veins with Irie. They were like, somebody had just, like a toddler had just took crayons and had just grew all over the walls. This is how the back of my thighs looked. And during this meal plan, they're going away. They were heavy blue, red, thick veins on my legs, and it's like, gosh, God, that is so unattractive, But even they are going away, and my whole back of my leg, I'm sure that I won't be able to catch it on this video, but maybe my next video I can do that. But I'm so grateful for you guys tuning in. If you want to ask me any questions, leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. I am so excited about this baby. I will be doing a live water birth of this baby. So that's the way I wanted to have my daughter. But again, once the doctors did that was out the window. So no, all good, all smiles anyway. This is I would call this like my redemption time. So I'm super excited, and I look forward to sharing with you week 26. It's next Sunday. So bye for now, guys.